What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action sporting in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Isis. His name is Shadowfaxx. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is Jokerdem. It's game point here, ladies and gentlemen. This is still the group stages, so we are still in the best of 3 region. There's still a lot of games to come for the group stages before we jump into the bracket. But nonetheless, we'll see how it's going to go. The first game won by Shadowfaxx on that ring map, and then the second game with some pretty dominating Oranos play there as Jokerdem's deciding, look, he thinks that he's got Shadowfaxx figured out. He thinks that Shadowfaxx has got a little bit of a weakness here. That weakness being Atlantean. And Shadowfaxx saying, look, I'm just going to pick Isis here. And I think that Isis is arguably one of the weakest gods on Mega Random, on the fact that it's very hard to scout. If you don't get a good first obelisk here, or second obelisk, it's very, very hard to scout. But Shadowfaxx gets literally the best obelisk you've ever seen in your entire life, spotting the boar, spotting... I don't even know what happened there. Spotting, what have I clicked? I'm having an absolute. That's what I clicked. Okay, don't even care. Okay, so Shadowfaxx spots the boar, spots the elk. He spots the berries back here as well. He spots the town center with the elk over here. And normally, what happens on Mega Random is you put the obelisk down, you see nothing, and you cry with Isis. But not in this game. This game is a ton of hunt and a ton of fun. So we'll see how it's all going to go. We do have the tooth arrows up here, plus 5% archer, ballistic, co-ballistic, pierce damage. As the villagers come in to start eating this up nicely. And really the big question is, what is Jokerdem going to do with Kronos? We've seen Yoshi's Kronos. We've seen that Kronos is a lot more than people tend to think he is. Kronos has got many very different strategies available to him than Oranos does. And as that is the case, we'll see how it's all going to go. So, I mean, Shadowfaxx is probably, pre-siege here seems like a good idea. Unlike Gaia, who's ridiculous, you can probably pull off pre-siege against Kronos and have a good game, as the temple is going to come up here. But to me, this looks like a fast town center kind of build here from Shadowfaxx. Or something weird, at the very least. I can't put my finger on it, so we'll see what's going to happen. Jokerdem here deciding to go for a 4-minute advance time, but kind of messing it up in a big way, going 4 minutes and 10 seconds with hunting dogs, it seems. So there are plenty of ways in which you can do a 4-minute build order. But if you basically need to have 900 food in your main base to get an efficient one. And there wasn't quite enough food here for Jokerdem. And we do see the temple getting moved forward here. Shadowfaxx will indeed see this, and he does pick Anubis here, which is going to be a difficult one to defend, because I've seen this before. I've been on the receiving end of Anubis here with Isis. And what the Isis player can do when this attack is coming on is they can send his Anubite forward. He can cast Plague of Serpents on this gold mine and just harass the villagers. And while he's being harassed himself, and be completely fine with it. But what Jokerdem is going to want to do is hit the perfect deconstruction on this temple. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get it or not. And maybe what Shadowfaxx might want to consider to do is to throw a safety temple up. And we'll see if that's what's going to happen here as the priests come forward. The oracles do not have focus here. Are you getting it? Nope. Just no focus, no point in it. All right, fair enough. Shadowfaxx retreating back. And we'll see if he's going to be able to defend this one. He does have a handful of priests out, which are a very, very good defense against this, to be honest, as the Pharaoh does come forward and is harassing while we see the priest coming through to defend here. As This is going to be pretty brutal, but the Pharaoh now moving into town center range. Is Shadowfaxx going to lose yet another unit to town center fire here, as it does seem like that is what's happening. 18 HP remaining. We do see the Plague of Serpents getting dropped here to hold on to this location. With the Pharaoh here going to be preventing the boards from being grabbed as Jokerdem moves up onto this location here. And the Terma coming through yet again here. So we see a barracks getting dropped for Shadowfaxx. Double Anubites now out as well. One barracks up. Spearmen, slingers coming out. Unlike Oranos, Spearmen are very, very good against Kronos because those Terma move at only 5 speed as opposed to 5.5 speed. As the units moving forward, the Terma does a dodge that cheeky Anubite here as the Pharaoh coming in. It will definitely be worthwhile attempting to heal this Pharaoh back up if you can manage to do that here. So we see the very, very early prosperity getting dropped here by Shadowfaxx, wanting to get somewhat of a boost in the resources here as his village is currently sitting idle. Definitely wants to be getting those on the food gathering bandwagon here. As Jokerdem's at 49 population and Shadowfaxx is at 47 population. So doing a nice job of keeping up here as he's got a very, very scary army, to be honest. But so too now does Jokerdem. So we'll see how it's going to go. Where's that other Anubai at this point is the question. Is he going for any raids anywhere? It doesn't look like it. We do see a deconstruction there onto the barracks. Actually a very, very good call there to deal with that. But while this is happening, more priests coming out. We see the hands of the Pharaoh coming in to give some extra range onto those priests. Jokerdem trying to poke in, but we'll get pushed back here. As Shadowfaxx wandering forward slowly here, trying to get in and get some good damage done. This villager randomly bringing gold back to the town center. Don't ask me why. It's just what's happening. Plague of Serpents just hanging out here in this counter barracks is going to get torn down, it seems. Jokerdem can just rebuild another barracks if he so chooses, but he's effectively just going mass Terma here, which doesn't really work, as we do see the barracks getting time shifted away, but that does allow, I mean, that it's still going to get taken out, which is simply the case. So a little bit of a waste of resources there. It's only 5 wood, but nonetheless. See a military barracks now coming up for Jokerdem. Has he lost villages? I don't think he has. It just seems to be low on the villager count here as the Anubites are going to start roaming the map looking for something to take out. You can see that Shadowfaxx's map is half explored here. So he has a really not spotted the map very well, scouted the map very well at all. Whereas Jokerdem, he's only missing the main base of Shadowfaxx, which is fairly normal for Atlantean at this point. As the villagers attempting to move out, going to get sent back home. And these Anubites here for Shadowfaxx are not Guardian Anubites here, so a little bit on the weaker side of life here, as these hero Anubites do come in. That Anubite was stuck in between the two citizen, but does garrison it, unfortunately there for Shadowfaxx or for Jokerdem doesn't get the kill. As the mana does come up now, and Shadowfaxx retreating away. Jokerdem continuing to build his citizen, making all his units, playing a little bit defensively here, as Shadowfaxx is going to be grabbing himself his second town center and throwing walls up here to defend this one. There is a fairly simple win condition here for Shadowfaxx, which is defend into the Mythic Age. Make sure you set your farms up, and you can be okay here. As Jokerdem doesn't really have a whole lot of pushing power here with just mainly Terma. And we do see that barracks is up. And, well, Jokerdem's got some options here. Do you throw down an armor and go for like a heroic age timing? Or do you get town centers here? That's the question. And then the next question is this town center and this town center Jokerdem's, or is it this town center and this town center, which is Jokerdem's? As this map spawns very, very peculiar, in a very, very strange fashion. Because the hometown center seems to me to be the forward town center? I've got no idea. This map is incredibly bizarre. But now Shadowfaxx has got his town center. He's got his gold mine. He doesn't have an armory up. I don't see that he's started building it. So he might have to thrust it up very quickly with his Pharaoh and empowering that one there. So we do see walls coming up over here as the villagers trying to secure this crazy amount of aurochs that are over here. And Jokerdem getting himself his second town center with 2 citizens. Is he going to go for a third town center is the question, or just stay defensive here? I don't like defensive Atlanteans unless there's a purpose for it. He's built this army and he's not using it. He's letting Shadowfaxx literally get away with murder here, because Shadowfaxx went to town center. He didn't really have an army which could beat Jokerdem's in terms of production. But that's what's happening here. Shadowfaxx now moving out with these villages. He might be looking for some walls somewhere. The Anubites scouting around trying to get somewhat of an idea of what's happening here, and we do indeed see this is the town center which Shadowfaxx is opting for. So going for the, I'm not sure which one is his. He's going for one of them. But the villagers are here already. We see a random Hero Murmillo here as the Pharaoh needs to be told to do his job a lot of the times. There he goes, starting that one up. And Shadowfaxx going up to 3 town centers, whereas Jokerdem also going up to 3 town centers here as we are seeing Jokerdem deciding, yep, time to fight. Let's see if he can take this fight or not. This army here for Shadowfaxx is strong, but it's not a great counter to what Jokerdem's got here in the Murmillo. But the town center is up now, and Shadowfaxx can make some mercenary if he needs to. He does have a whole bunch of priests to make these Prometheans effectively useless here. And see how this fight is going. You can see Jokerdem is 100% winning, or was winning this fight, but seemingly losing it in the end here. As Shadowfaxx's army composition of priest, spearman, slinger, seemingly too strong for Jokerdem's Murmillo Terma army here, even with the help of those Kyro Ballister, which are a big help here, to be honest. We do see a wooden wall getting thrown up here for Jokerdem to try and protect this hunt over here, which is very close to Shadowfaxx's base. We'll see if Shadowfaxx notices it, because he does have his army out, but I feel like he's just, yeah, I'm just going to spam units. I feel like I'll spam villages and try and get to the next age. Does he have himself shaft mine? No shaft mine just yet. I always got to reiterate that this upgrade is so vitally important for Egyptian players. You have to get this upgrade because it increases your gold income by tons. But right now, it's 3 town centers apiece. Shadowfaxx with arguably more villages than Jokerdem has right now. As Jokerdem hasn't got himself up to 25 just yet, and I reckon Shadowfaxx is already at his 60 or close to 70 villages here. As he's basically just building slingers at this point. Pushing forward here, we see the Anubites coming in, harassing these villagers on this location here. As the army pushing forward, and that forces Jokerdem to get a little bit scared here. Jumping into the manor, we see the Anubites pushing in and then retreating back. Have to be a little bit careful, seemingly a bit out of position. Shadowfaxx is here. He's just continuously using those Guardian Anubites to push in, get some chip damage, retreat back, push in, get some chip damage, retreat back. 153 population for Shadowfaxx. Jokerdem's at 132. As we do see the units here surrounding a little bit. But Shadowfaxx is happy to turn and take a fight here as he is going up. Is he going up to the heroic age? Not just yet, but he does have an armory here. And the Anubites just jumping in. Look at these Anubites. They can just jump in onto the Kyro Ballister, distract, and live the dream where that's concerned. But he is going to be pulling back here, it would seem, as the Slinger is doing some good damage. The big damage tankers in this fight are actually, surprisingly, the priests. The idea of priest Slinger against Terma is so genius because you wouldn't expect it to be the case at all, but it's basically like putting in front of your slingers, you're putting in front like a spearman or something like this, which doesn't take the bonus damage. So Shadowfaxx showing the pretty glaring weakness in the Atlantean composition here, as he's now able to advance through Nephthys. Jokerdem, on the other hand, has to spam units as fast as he can. He's still not full villages here. And Shadowfaxx is looking like he's pulling away with this game, as he's really microing these Guardian Nubites very, very well. The Caraballists are attempting to retreat away from here. Shadowfaxx has got his walls all set up around the map, and he's ready to continue pushing forward. A very natural continuation from this would be to throw up a market. He'll be in a good position where that's concerned, as the Anubite does manage to take down these Caraballisters as well. And Jokerdem seemingly crumbling just a little bit here. I don't see where the rest of his units are. We see one Termite getting taken out. And the Anubites moving up to the top location here. They will spot this gold mine as Nephthys does drop here. You can use an automatic Ancestor if he so chooses, and he does want to do that, hitting all of these villages here while targeting the gold villages up on this location. We see the slingers targeting the villager over here as the Hero Murmillo dodges its death, but the other Murmillo coming in doesn't do the same either. And now Shadowfaxx just needs a market. Where's his market? He's throwing it up. I wouldn't be surprised to see Thoth here, in all honesty, but obviously Osiris is the safe choice. Still no Mythic Age being clicked. Excited to see what he's going to pick, but he's just focusing a little bit on the market. Does pick off 2 Citizen here, as he is picking off even more on this location as well, as the Ancestors is just about to expire here. And in that moment, we don't even get to see the Mythic Age choice of Shadowfaxx. Jokerdem does decide to tap out, realizing he is too far behind in this game. And that is the end of it, it would seem. A well-played game from Shadowfaxx. Jokerdem, he had the initiative, but he just pulled back for no reason. Just because the ISIS player builds classical units, that doesn't mean that you should pull back. That means you should be trying to fight more, forcing the ISIS player to stay in the classical age so you can try and put pressure on their gold and things like this. Making sure you make Caraballister here is important. Dealing with the Anubites with heroes is important, but Jokerdem didn't really manage to make that happen here, and Shadowfaxx runs away with it, gets the dub, and is in a good position here to promote to the next portion of the tournament. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.